We got a fucking extraterrestrial nigga on the show right now.
Yo, Jamal, you can't hear me for real?
I got you. I can hear you. We got an alien. We good. I think we good. We good. Fucking extraterrestrial alien, Chino XL. Thank you for joining us, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, you fucking Martian. You a Martian, yo. You a Martian. What's up?
Man, I got a story about that right off rip. I remember when we were doing the Wake Up Show anthem video, and I was sitting there with RZA, and I can't remember whose parts they were filming. I think it might have been his, and it was in between takes. And he was like, "Yo, Chi," he's like, in about, what did he say? He said in 10 years, they're gonna be looking at niggas that really rap like the aliens, and these niggas that's trash is regular. And if he wasn't fucking right.
It's facts, yo. I mean, look, we can talk about that right now. I mean, like that, the game is crazy, and what they call hip hop, what they call rap right now is preposterous to me, man. So how do you feel about that? Like, what's going on right now?
It's we know what hip hop is. Like, I know I'm talking to a nigga that knows what it is through and through. It's crazy because it's almost like they just call any aesthetic that's slightly touched by some hood shit or by some black shit or by some Latin shit.
Yes, sir.
So there are some cases where you could say a nigga that sings is a hip hop nigga. He just happens to sing.
Of course.
But his music isn't hip hop. He could be a hip hop ass motherfucker. You could be a hip hop. I know hip hop niggas that's rock, that's in rock. But they genre, nigga, the genre of your music is not hip hop, bro. It's not.
Of course. And I always just say, yo, just call it something else. Like, just call it what it is. But here's the problem. Hip hop is the largest, rap music is the biggest genre, the most money-making genre out there. Black people, Latino people are the biggest consumers out there of all this shit. And in terms of fashion and stuff like that, we set the trends for that stuff. And the thing is, it's about money, man. Like, if you attach your name, how many times have I gone to a blog or a website or a page or something that says daily hip hop, 24 hip hop, 24/7 hip hop, and it's all fucking chicklet niggas with Skittle niggas and purple haircuts. Like, it's so. But if you attach hip hop to shit, to that, if you attach that name, it's like, that's, there you go. You right there. You automatically in. They just call it something else, man.
Times you see some bullshit like rapper arrested for what this should have, like, I don't even know who this nigga is. Like, rapper where? But anything negative, you know what I'm saying? They try to attach our genre to it, and it don't even be the purists doing this shit.
Nope.
You know, when did you ever see, you know, Rakim getting in trouble? I'm not saying niggas don't get in trouble. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, for the most part, the motherfuckers who keep it gully as shit do the same thing in personal life. I'm not saying niggas don't do shit, but they don't be doing dumb shit.
Right. And that's the thing. For everybody, we got Chino XL in the building. Use the questions feature below. It has a questions mark right there, and then we can post the question for everybody to see. So if you got questions, use the questions feature. Please don't use the chat, because we will not pay attention to that. So yo, I hear Bronx, I hear Jersey. I've seen interviews and stuff. I hear you shout out Jersey more, but then I've done competitions from the boroughs and shit, and cats include your name. Like, what's the beginnings like for you?
Which is all love. My father is from, rest in peace, my pops just passed. My father's from Harlem and my mother's from Jersey.
Rest in peace to your father, man. Salute.
Thank you, man. They met in Manhattan, and they moved to the Bronx where my dad lived. Now, I was born actually outside of the Bronx in another borough, but I lived in the Bronx first. So we lived in the Bronx first. And then around 7 or 8, we moved to New Jersey. So when people include me of being from where the birth of hip hop is. I'm not mad of it because I'm from walking distance. You know what I mean?
Right.
And my man, but you know, obviously Jersey is where I cut my teeth. You know what I'm saying, and where I got my chops and battled my way for the world to hear me.
East Orange, right?
East Orange, New Jersey. I lived in Newark for a stint too. Munn Ave, for the niggas that know Munn Ave and all that. I lived out there. Bradley Court.
Illtown. Illtown.
Built too.
So, Bernie Royal is your uncle, right? Was your uncle?
Yeah.
From Parliament Funkadelics.
Yeah, they're from Plainfield. My mother is from Middlesex and Plainfield, if y'all know that area. So that's where my uncle is from. A lot of people don't even know he's from Jersey.
So did you were you growing up around that? Was there an influence there on you? Were you with him a lot, or like what was that?
1,000%. There's nobody from Parliament Funkadelic that I don't know. I grew up going to every show I could with them. Yeah, man.
How old were you then?
Huh?
How old were you then when this was going on?
This probably from inception. I mean, there's pictures of me like 4 years old, 5 years old, backstage, 6 years old, 7 years old. I probably rocked with that whole scene until I was probably like, man, into my teens.
Parliament Funkadelics.
Yeah, man. I used to fuck around holding the bop gun, and you know, Bootsy would come in, and I got a million stories, man. My uncle was, you know, rest in peace to him too. Fuck, man, was such a craftsman, Tamal, that I patterned. I mean, he bought me my first DX7 keyboard when I was like 7. He brought it back from Japan. I was there. Bill Laswell did the first sampling that I have. I'd never heard sampling. He said, "Watch this. Put your voice in." You know what I mean? Grew up close to M. Tume. Obviously, my Uncle Bernie played keyboards on Juicy Fruit and all that. David Byrne. I've met Sade in the studio with him. Fucking Keith Richards. Like, I had that childhood that people talk about.
Wow. Like, you were just tagging along, soaking it all in. How did that impact your music?
Well, as weird as it is, I didn't, and this is no disrespect, I wasn't attracted to the funk side as much as I was attracted to their rock side. So all the Cosmic Flops and Maggot Brain and all that, and then you got to remember the guitar player after Eddie Hazel had to go away for a while. They picked up Michael Hampton instead, and Michael Hampton's moniker was Kid Funk because he was so young. So legitimately, I'd watch Star Wars with Michael Hampton and shit and play with fucking toys and shit, and then he would go out and fucking do his solo on Maggot Brain and play with them. He was only shit maybe 5 years older than me.
Wow. Wow. So you were more with the rock shit. So then, as far as the spitting goes and the rhyming, you know, you're out in Jersey, and first of all, big up to Jersey, because behind, like, you know what I'm saying, maybe like Brooklyn, Queens, or right there, Jersey plays a major part in this hip hop shit.
You hear that, Penn, with all that Brooklyn shit? I love Brooklyn niggas. That's my nigga Penn. But you know, everything is Brooklyn and my nigga Penn. I'm like, yo, man, don't sleep, my nigga. Like,
listen,
we a lot of shit.
Listen,
and we got a lot of shit in every small area. You already know. You was with L, right? Bro, I grew up with L's baby's mother's parents. I went to my prom. I went to the prom. Our prom dates was me and L, the sensei, in the same fucking limousine. Fucking my talent shows, my nigga. And please fact check me, y'all niggas who don't believe this shit. Ask the artists themselves. Club 88, damn, this shit was Channel Live. Lords of the Underground was Do It All Do was rocking. Redman was DJing for him. Fucking Tretch and them niggas. I'm leaving out people, the who's who. And
I mean, let's go through it. Let's go through it. Flavor Unit, you know what I'm saying? Lakim Shabazz. Let's go through Trenton.
Yes.
You know what
Chill
I'm saying?
Rock.
Chill Rock G, Poor Righteous Teachers.
But that's Trenton though. Well, a lot of the gods is at. So I mean, of course we're gonna claim that. YZ when he came, all that. But I'm talking about, so you understand, we talking about in my put a book bag on block, going from, you know, my house to school or summer school or whatever.
Newark,
Like
you talking about the bricks, East Orange. I know the area.
yeah.
You talking about the tight little North Jersey, like fucking dirty Jersey. You know what I'm saying? You talking about the like I feel you, like fucking. So who else out of there? Well, can't forget Red.
Red, but remember, Red just DJ'd for Duval, and then all of a sudden, my nigga, we started becoming aware of Red rocking like late. And then like, damn, nigga, where did that come from? He was fucking, you know what I mean? Super dope. Then you got the local niggas that never came out, really, like Mike C, Raggedy Man, who was in my clique when I first came out. Just a host of talented people. We forgetting about the Fugees. They was called rapping in many languages at the time. And that's what they would do. Like at Martin Stadium, when we would do shows or whatever, they would, you know, because Clef knew, it was called Nasty Nell at the time. He knew all of the different languages like French, and I think, man, maybe some Italian. He knew all the patois shit from the Jamaicans. He would do everything flip on stage, like on some whole other shit. So, yeah, man, Jersey was like, if you was whack, you might get fucked up.
Yeah, Jersey held it down, man. Jersey, you know what I'm saying? Big up to North, I mean, the whole state, but big up to North Jersey, man, because like the shit that was coming out of there was legendary. You know what I'm saying? This 45 King. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Come on. Like 45 King. Enough said right there. So, yo, I heard that you was actually rivals with Naughty by Nature, like with Tretch, and that you battled that cat, that you battled Tretch.
It was, Tretch was the man to beat. So he 5 years, he just celebrated his 50th. Big up to Tretch. So no matter who you beat, everybody be like, yo, you know, you got to see Tretch. I'll just say this. I've always been ahead of my time. That's no big up to me. That's between the man upstairs and the amount of time that I put in. Yeah, man, I was an anomaly, man. I really felt like at that time, the people couldn't even fathom what the fuck I was talking about.
I still can't. So
My nigga.
So you saying you won?
My nigga Tab Star. Hold up, my nigga Tab Star in the chat room. What up? Tab Star used to be part of a crew. You know, this is real Jersey history. There was a team called the L-Town Clan that was in Dodgetown. And you gotta remember, I'm really a baby at the time. And a lot of niggas I ain't look like an MC to niggas. I ain't sound like an MC. Like, they knew me from the neighborhood or whatever. But as far as the rhyming shit, it just, like, I don't know, niggas wouldn't give me mine at first, but I get it. It was too fast. It was too many words. It was different. There ain't no Puerto Rican niggas where I'm from. It's a whole different shit. So Tab Star, who's in here right now, used to have a partner named Terrell, and it was called TNT. And they co-signed me up, my nigga. That shit, you know what I'm saying? That shit helped me out. Like, nah, the reason y'all not fucking with him is because y'all don't get it. They was on that shit. And so since they were so connected and shit, they brought me into the clan and the whole shit, and then that helped or whatever. So if y'all see a nigga on here, Tab Star, and y'all want to ask questions or fact check my shit, my get down or whatever, hit that nigga up. He was there. He was there.
Word. That's what's up. So you won that battle. Then would you say you won that? We gotta get back to you. Would you say you won that battle?
I'll say this. Where I'm from, you pay homage where homage is granted. And to me, my neighborhood would have never got put on the map without Tretch. So Tretch is before me. He always gonna be before me as far. It ain't never been nothing but love and respect. And the rivalry was just, I needed to get, he was the person to beat. Tretch is Tretch. He is East Orange royalty, and you ain't never gonna hear me say nothing bad about him. I don't know who won the battle. It's subjective.
All right, you won that shit though. I can. But yo, everything you said is true. You know what I'm saying? Tretch was, you know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, Tretch, as far as I'm concerned, he's underrated as a lyricist. You know what I'm saying?
There's people that have personas this nigga Tretch may be, I may be wrong. This may be the coolest nigga in the world, Tamar. I'm talking about since his walk alone was on something. I know I ain't even going over there. This nigga been this nigga, all three of them, Vinny, Genius, KG was doing shit on the turntables nobody had before. And I tell you, when Creep hit like #2 on MTV, the first person to congratulate me was KG. The first person.
That's what's up. Big up Naughty. Big up Naughty. Somebody say Yoke the Joker still kills rappers. It does. Guard your grill. You know what I'm saying? Fucking he wrote. Hey, yo, and Tretch wrote for mad motherfuckers. Tretch wrote for the youngsters and Crisscross while they were still beefing.
Bro, like, the whole 90s, no disrespect. How did Heavy D all of a sudden start sounding like Tretch? The whole early 90s, my nigga. So imagine living where I live and hearing all driving around playing them records before they came out, or seeing it rise to like, you know, go to the country and everybody got an OPP sticker. You know what I'm saying? And then the story they tell you about the OPP shit. You heard that story before?
Nah. What? Tell me.
Well, I'm not ratting. I seen Vinny talking about it on TV, so.
Yeah, if you said it, you just repeating it.
Yeah, there was a certain dude on the street or whatever that had tops, and his whole brand was called OPM, Other People's Money. And then that's my big homie too. So if he listening, you know, he made sure all of us ate. But they flipped the brand name from OPM to OPP. So instead of it being Other People's Money, it became Other People's, you know, fill in the blank.
Yeah. Oh shit.
It just had the neighborhood charge when that shit came out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, that was the fucking, that was 92. I was in 10th grade. So that shit was, every car in my high school had that shit. Like every morning for like months, that shit, that's fucking coming around, you know what I'm saying? So.
No, but yo, I can't even listen to Uptown Anthem without acting a goddamn fool, my nigga. You don't want to be around me, my nigga. You don't want to be around
me. Yo, I hear you. Big up, yo. Yeah, big up to them cats, yo. They really held it down. And like I said, Tretch has been writing for everybody. Yo, how did you meet Rick Rubin?
Okay. You ever heard of Dan Charnas? He wrote The Big Payback.
I was gonna ask you about him. He's on the questions list here. Cause did Dan he produce a joint for your shit?
I believe he has one on the Poison Pen, and he has one on
the first joint.
Yeah, on Here to Save You All, and he executive produced I Told You So. He's the one who fielded the call from Dilla for me to fly out to work with Dilla. That was Dan. Like, no, we going.
So what he said, okay, so then tell me this is important because I was going to ask you about what he wrote because my question is, who is Dan Charnas? He's a producer, journalist, and I guess he's both. But he said,
I mean, when I was working on Here to Save You All and I hadn't seen my daughter in 3 weeks, he's also the nigga that flew to New York, picked up my child, and flew back with my child so I would feel cool when I was working.
So that's your man?
Yes.
Okay, so because he also said so, and you guys finished the album in his apartment, right?
No, we did. Oh,
he said this is an article from him, and I wanted to clear some things up that he had said. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he said, did you guys finish the album? He said he got some money from Rick, flew you guys out there, and put you guys in a cheap hotel in Glendale, and finished the album in his apartment and had it mixed somewhere else locally in LA.
Damn, well, I don't. That's not wrong, but the perspective is just fucking grimy. Like,
hold on. Let me find this shit.
Well, before you tell me that. Okay, so, shit. I made a phone call to Dan, like, yo, let's make some shit happen. Keep in mind, I'm 15 or some shit. He takes the phone call. At the time, I was in a group called The Art of Origin. We were the Origin at first, but some white niggas came out with the name on Virgin. We had to change. So we had all of these songs that we have been doing and shit. And so we needed to update some shit. I went to Rick's house. I mean, excuse me, to Dan's house in Chelsea. And we finished this one joint called Burning Hell that was pretty much like, it was that shit. So Bill Stephanie told Dan Charnas that Rick was looking for an A&R and for some new groups. Now, this is the time when he had just started Deaf American. He had the whole diaspora from fucking with Russell anymore, and he wanted to start his own shit. So Rick flew Dan out, liked where his musical IQ was, liked our shit, hired him, signed us. That's basically.
Wow.
We
All right.
did. So that's how we got there. All right. So go ahead and fit. You want to read it back? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I found it. So I just want to. Let me see. I can't. I'm bent, so it's hard to find.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I found the article. Now I'm just looking through it. He's talking about like the Tupac shit and stuff like that. Fucking. On the Strict and No Complex, I got some money from Rick to fly Chino and his producer B Wiz out to LA.
Rest in peace, B.
Rest in peace to you, man. It was enough to keep him in a cheapo motel in Glendale, record the rest of the album on two DAT machines in my apartment, and mix the tracks in a small studio in Hollywood. That became Chino's first album, Here to Save You All.
How could he not mention what studio that was? We recorded it, so we had it on DATs. We did a lot of it at B Wiz's house in Orange. We flew out to LA and bumped it up a little bit better because he had a better board. But I did like the song with Kool Keith and all that in Charnas' house. But he had a full-blown studio in there. Now, once we did No Complex, It's All Black, All Bad, and Part of the Swing, Rick got reinterested. Because remember, I had to get a separation agreement from the other member to go on. No disrespect to the other member, but Rick was never interested in the other member. Dan was interested in the other member because he was enamored by his production.
Okay.
Dan was a up-and-coming producer, whatever. So, this is some good shit. The name of the studio was Kitchen Sink in LA. And so you had Monday was me, Wednesday was me, Friday was me, Tuesday was Raz making Soul on Ice, Thursday was Raz making Soul on Ice, and then Saturday was Raz making Soul on Ice, and then Sunday back to Here to Save You All. So it was literally, yes. How did he leave that out, right? I guess because there's no controversy on Raz. The fuck. So anyway, so you have Raz's team, my team, joking and laughing almost every day of the fucking week and listening to each other's shit and, you know, critiquing each other's shit, getting on each other's shit, all that. Pause. And it was just really, really a fucking amazing time, dude. I knew there was something special. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So any record that me and Raz, you ever hear us on, we made it together.
Got you. That's crazy, yo. Like, that was all right. Yeah, he left that out, but like, so then, what was the vibe like behind the first album, yo? Because the vibe portrayed here that he says is that, you know, you were in like a angry space, and like for that album. What was your vibe like making that joint? Here to Save You All.
Shit, man.
Well, no complex in particular. That's what he was saying. He said it was Chino's last straw.
Well, I just felt like nobody was listening. Nobody gave a fuck. I was frustrated with the label. I was frustrated with the state of rap. I was frustrated with just everything. I just was like, okay, you know what? I tried to do this shit. Art of Origin came out. Nobody fucking cared, which is not true. I found out later. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck this company. Fuck all this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit. Make a record talking about how industry niggas are scared of the ground, like myself. You got cars, you got all that shit, but nobody talks about what Michael Jordan drives, Small. Nobody talks about what the kind of car that fucking Mike Tyson had. They don't talk about what Muhammad Ali fucking drove or what kind of chain he has. They talk about how hard he pushed his motherfucking skill. So I just didn't care who the fuck had what. I didn't give a shit who was supposed to be what. I didn't give a shit. I knew when it came to what it is. Like, when you play basketball, they care about you playing basketball. When you play okay, this is rap shit, nigga. From the wrist, my nigga, to the fingertips, from the brain, from the heart, I got this. And you could not like me, but you ain't never gonna say I'm whack unless you just hate and straight the fuck up, because I based my skill set on what the legends taught me, either directly or indirectly. So while y'all listeners is you thinking, what do bitches think? What do the fucking drug dealers on my block think? I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking, what the fuck is Grandmaster Caz gonna say when I run into him? What is Melly Mel gonna say? What is Cool G Rap gonna say? What is KRS gonna say? What is Rakim gonna say? Are they gonna walk by me like I'm not shit? Or are they gonna fucking salute me? Because they're not gonna stop and say, hey man, that rap that you got about the fact that you drive a nice car, man, you know, fucking big up. They're not gonna fucking say that. They don't give a fuck about that. So I was in that space, and I just kind of felt like, also, I gotta get the fuck out this hood with these babies. I gotta get out of here. Streets will kill you, my nigga. So yeah, I definitely sent that in, not thinking that they were gonna love it. I mean, I said my record company is fucking me in the record. Like, see, all of this shit for the people that listen to records now is regular shit. The word iconoclast wasn't even introduced into the hip hop bloodstream until I came out. This is not me bragging, because I don't do that. I don't do that. I'm very humble. I know everything comes from him. However, I'm just telling you, in the time period, these are things that I did first. And you can, bruh, it's there. Google it. Thank God for the internet, my nigga. You know what I mean? Look at the years on that shit. So yeah, it wasn't my last straw, nigga, because I was never going to stop fucking doing what God fucking created me to do. It was the last time I was going to stop fucking with them.
I feel you. So you come out with that shit and you kind of go at everybody on that shit. I mean, that was like a unleashing of like, and that's funny, because that's exactly what he said. You pretty much paraphrased what he said. So like, that's like yeah, you definitely seemed like you was unleashing some shit on No Complex. Like, that was some fucking, I mean, when I play that shit to this day, I'm like, yo, this cat was he was coming with it. He was coming with it, man.
You know what it was? It was Nirvana coming to kill the hair bands. Fuck these hair bands with this fucking poison and rat. Fuck that. We about to show you, you know. So Nirvana is not in the beginning. That came with the Renaissance. I wasn't in the beginning, but I came with the Renaissance. Like, yo, this shit ain't it. I don't give a fuck how many TVs you got in the headrest. First of all, where I'm from, you niggas will take your shit. What you gonna rap about now, nigga? You don't got your shit yet. I can tell you many niggas whose chains I met, but I ain't never met the rapper.
I feel you. I feel you. Yo, talk a little bit about What Am I? Because that song kind of speaks to me a little bit. So I want to hear you, because that shit is deep. Yo, speak on that.
Thank you, man. Okay, so where I'm from is God heavy. You know what I mean? You can't pretty walk around without knowing some of the lessons. You gotta know some of the shit like nutrition. And so there was this one guy who, I can't think of his name, and I'm gonna have to research. I'm gonna have to call my nigga. But he had a book of life that was like this big, and I had everybody impressed. See, I was one of the MCs who knew from the beginning how important it was for your peers to push you forward. Like, I knew that. Like, you could be the dopest nigga. You could be the best baker, right? But if the most successful baker don't say, yo, this nigga could bake a little bit, because it's subjective, you can just be in complete obscurity. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think, you know, love from taming them, you know, love from from groups that y'all will never hear of, from North Newark, like all of this shit. I got my, you know, I'm running around. I was a Zulu at the time. Fuck with Jerobi, like, you know, Ice-T, my uncle, all this. But there was this one guy, man, who I respected so much, Tamal, and I couldn't get it for some reason. He just ain't feel my shit. So one day I asked him, I was like, yo, what is it? And he said, you want me to be honest? I was like, of course. He's like, I don't want this to stop your fire, little man. I was like, nah, but what is it? He was like, yo, you can rap. You might be one of the best MCs I ever heard. He said, but so what? He said, Chino, what are you leaving for the next Chino? I never heard that. He said, I heard you rap for hours of talent shows, battling niggas, all of this wordplay and all of that. But if I was a young you, my nigga, what are you leaving me? Yo, that shit hit me like a lightning bolt. And then I made the What Am I? Because I couldn't define myself all the way, but I knew that I had enough intellect to know what intellect I didn't have. So that's why I named it what it is, because I knew that years later my definitions might be different. But I grew up in a crushed culture where it was like, okay, well, you know, my dad is Puerto Rican. He wasn't in my life at the time. My mom is black, but people don't really see me as a black. I just felt displaced. So I just put my view of what I thought it was and what it wasn't. I guess the story people ask me most about it is the story about Joanne Chesimard. When we got pulled over, this one I really start realizing how heavy race relations were. So we got pulled, Asata Shakur, for those who don't know her government. So she had allegedly shot some police up or whatever, and that escaped out of the police station. And, you know, now we know she's in Cuba. But so at the time, they were looking for her for a long time. And my mom bears a striking resemblance to her. So we got pulled out of the car, man. They're fucking searching me. They got guns to my mother, all type of shit. And I'm like, so then she told me the story because I didn't know. And I was like, well, Mom, why does she, you know, do what she did? She said, well, the cops were unjust to her. You know, cops aren't always good people, Derek. Like, you know. And then I said, well, why did she escape? She said, because they would have killed her in there. So that's kind of a turning point also of me knowing how the world sees a black woman, how the world sees a black man, you know, and a brown man too. And then I found out recently, which is a trip, that not only does my mother bear a striking resemblance, but my mother has the same birthday. So not only I found that out. So not only are they looking at her like, they're looking at the birthday like, you know, and it was such a reward. We're not in another state. We're in it happened on the highway that it happened. So yeah, I just talked about all of those things, but I realized that, you know, while I am a black man and I am a Puerto Rican man, my culture is hip hop. That's my culture. And not only am I part of it, my nigga, I helped put some of the tools in the bag. So I'm proud of it.
Facts. A lot of cats have mentioned in the chat that you know what I'm saying, you sparked Eminem's style. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about that?
Well, I know he fucks with my shit. Remember, Proof is his best friend. Me and Proof are like this. There's some things that I know that, you know, you can have the same, we also have the same influences. You know, you want to be Cool G Rap, you want to be Rakim, you want to be this person, you want to be that person. Oh, Mr. Outsiders from Jersey. We didn't
Somebody did mention him, by the way. So yeah, big up Outsiders, big up
yes,
one of these cats.
More than anything, I think there's a lot of great minds think alike there. And you know, any slander of Proof's best friend will never be tolerated around me. Never.
Proof slander. Of course. So I mean, the influence is clearly there. I mean, I think he's acknowledged. I think he may have been on the record acknowledging it once or twice. let's go back to this other shit for a minute, yo. You had a shirt on in a post said Latinos against Trump or something like that. And
Yeah.
how do you feel about like the number of Latinos, if that's the word, because some people don't like using that word.
It's getting weird to use any word soon.
So let me talk about that for a second. All right. So Jack, you from Jersey. So tell me, right? Like I'm from Connecticut. So like for us, anybody that was Puerto Rican, Dominican, whatever, it
And
was
use
like
the word.
that was from the Spanish niggas. You know what I'm saying? That was just the thing, right? That was the Spanish niggas. So, but since I've been on IG, cats be like, yo, I'm not Spanish. I'm not from Spain. My Mexican niggas on the West Coast don't want to be called Latino. A lot of them don't want to be called Latino. They're like, I'm not Latin. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what do I say? I just grew up calling you like, yo, it's my Spanish, the Spanish kid, whatever. Like,
Yeah. Well, it's a progression because fuck Spain. Just like me and you celebrate, we ain't celebrate. We were forced to celebrate Columbus Day. So I'm all with fuck Spain. Nigga, why would, if somebody raped my mother, which that's what they did, rape the entire planet, right?
of course.
I don't want to acknowledge them in any kind of way. So people saying fuck that, I'm not Spanish, is actually like educating. They not educating me and you, but they letting us know that, hey man, maybe you shouldn't identify with your captors. This ain't Patty Hearst, my nigga. Like, nah, we not fucking with Spanish. So I feel like it's a good thing. It's a changing of the guard. I thought you was gonna talk about the N-word, like niggas using the N-word.
Well, we can talk about that too in a minute. But as far as but it's just for me, just on some like hood shit. Niggas that was that spoke Spanish was just
no. I don't know if I
know?
said same with me.
Yeah.
Same with
So
me.
I mean, I
They were talking about the language. You know, we didn't, my nigga, we wasn't putting seatbelts when we was kids. Let's remember that. The things are, when we got sick, our moms just like, oh, drink ginger ale. Yeah, mom, more. Like, so.
Vixen, ginger ale, and fucking Robitussin.
Yes. So things are better. It's okay to let things get better, man.
Yeah, no. So but we're in this politically correct era where you got to say like the right thing. I'm like, yo, like what did I say? Chicano, okay, I'm sorry, my bad. Like it's all love. We all dealing with the same shit. You know what I'm saying? But I was gonna say, how did you feel? How did you feel about the
my favorite lines he ever said on a DJ Ski mixtape? He said some shit like I'm not against, I don't wear fucking black or brown. I'm not against black or blue. He said he was like, my adversary wears a badge. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck that. It ain't us, man. It ain't us.
Right. No, I was gonna ask you how you felt about the number of Latinos, for lack of a better word, supporting Trump. Like that shit is just like mind-boggling to me, son.
The word boggling was the word that I was gonna use. I don't know. Like many Latinos, I'm sure you have family members too. I got family members that are like, and I'm like, you try to be open-minded, like the type who gets obsessed about shit to the point of re-engineering it. Like, maybe, just maybe Lee Harvey Oswald is the person that killed JFK. So all these years trying to dispel that in my mind, right? Even though I got a pretty on that. Let me try to prove that he did it. And through my reverse engineering, then maybe I can find out that it's right or I'm wrong. Dude, when I'm arguing or trying to talk to somebody, especially a family member that fucks with this nigga Trump, I really have heard them out. I have listened to every bit of information that they have, my nigga. And some shit, as far as the finances go, because they're doing good, I get it. But the bottom line is anybody who thinks that saying Black Lives Matter is an anathema, like if he says it, he's just going to fucking burst into flames, lets you know, oh, Obama's the one who built. Obama didn't build those shits thinking that he was going to put fucking babies in cages separated from, their families. But this is the biggest point. My friend Maxwell Billion, who's going to be running for some pretty big political offices soon. He told me this. He said, "Chi, I've been to your shows, and there's Pacific Islanders, Latin people, Black people, white people with so much in common, even more than that they listen to the shit. They like probably the same cars. Out of the 10 things they want to do in life, 7 of them are the same. The chicks that they like, 5% they can agree on. And if you start talking about a political candidate, they start not wanting to hear you. Do you know why that is? Because none of these candidates are who we want. We have to figure out how, minus wiping the whole system and starting over. This is just my opinion. My nigga, we got to fucking push a candidate to the front who's going to have some culpability, who we believe, who's from us some sort of way. I don't know who the fuck that is. Chuck D for president, Immortal Technique for vice president, some shit like that. Something. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to argue with somebody over a candidate that I really don't give a fuck about. Like, here I am defending a nigga who may or may not even give a shit about me. It's just he's better than he seems to be the lesser of both evils at the time. It shouldn't be that. I don't do that shit when I go eat. You don't be like, oh, the bitch who is fucking don't cook, or the fucking bitch with a flat ass. You don't choose that. You get what you want, right? Don't disrespect like a flat ass bitch who don't cook. Y'all keep doing y'all.
He's stupid, yo. He's stupid. No, but for real, like I did some research, and I think there were like over 3,000 candidates that like actually qualified to like run for president, and they were like on the thing. But who do we hear about? 2. We heard about Tweedledee and Tweedledum. That's it, right? Like we didn't hear about anybody else. And so like we didn't have a choice. We didn't have any choices. There's a lot of, you telling me, I think there's like 300 million people in the country now or whatever. You telling me out of 300 million people, those 2 are the best that we had to offer to run the country? Those two. So that's the thing.
Bernie.
That's the thing, man. That's why I always say, like, if anything, fuck with the local elections and the state elections, because that's what matters. You know, if they're legalizing weed, you know what I'm saying, voting on referendums for that type of shit or stuff like that. The local and state elections mean more. Like, I've seen presidents change like the fucking wind, and my life has not really changed that much from Democrat to Republican. That shit has not, you know what I'm saying, like, done anything. So, you know what I mean? So, yo, by the way, I am going to ask you to spit something before you leave, because you are Chino XL is fucking.
Bitch, I'm not rapping in no goddamn iPhone.
Come on, man. Come on. You for real? You're not going to rap.
So what'll be dope is you'll have every nigga that had did it, and one nigga that didn't do it, I'll be special.
Oh, come on, man. I'm still gonna nag you before it's over. Yo, are you a member of Mensa?
I don't want to be affiliated with no organizations.
Okay. Well, were you a member of Mensa? I mean, you're a super smart dude, I guess.
Pretty smart.
You're pretty smart.
I'm fucked up. I'm dumb. Like, I burn myself when I'm fucking ironing and shit like that. Sometimes when I'm riding my bike, I spin the pedal the wrong way and shit.
You stupid, yo.
No, I mean, my moments.
Yo, so you are a gigantic motherfucker, and you weren't always super gigantic. You can barely fit in the fucking screen. Like, when and how did the workout shit like become like fucking, you know what I'm saying, some real shit for you?
Between the first album and the second album, because keep in mind, my idea was to make one album, get out the hood, and have the MCs that I love back. I ain't really see farther than that, to be honest. So it was like one of the motivating factors to finish my second album was I would work out and then go to the studio. And really, I just wanted to show how I feel on the inside, on the outside.
Gotcha.
And then hit a nigga, I was like, wow, this shit really translates.
Yo, I saw you benching. What you bench now? I saw you on a video benching 405, son. Like, that's crazy. What's your like your bench?
On the incline, my highest is about 440, and on the flat bench, like 5 something. I never went past it. Plus, I don't use no spotters.
440
on the incline.
On the incline. Then that's a little bit better than me. I'm like 40. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm all relative. That's your limit or whatever. This I haven't been in a gym in over a year. I had to build a small gym in my crib, just a couple fucking jail ass weights or whatever. So it's not the same. Working out is not the same. Because I'm not going in nobody's gym, bro.
I feel you. It's a question for you. What would you consider your home out here in the West?
Um, if he could be more specific, I'm not sure exactly what he's asking me.
He's probably saying if you were to like rep, like if you're, you know, you've been out in Cali for a while, like what's your I mean like if you, I guess, do you rep like a certain spot? I guess that's what he's asking.
Chino XL in California, I guess.
He's stupid.
No, but when I came out, motherfuckers thought I was from the West Coast. When I came out, my sales reflected like people thought I was from the West Coast. And then my affiliation with Booyah Tribe and Ice-T and B-Rail and Psycho Realm and all of that. And so I kind of feel like I feel like a West Coast artist, but an East Coast human being, even though I make East Coast music pretty much. But I don't, it's almost for me like some people say, well, I don't see any color. Like I really don't see any anymore. But I will say this, nigga, how could I not? Do you understand how the West Coast has me as one of theirs? I don't do shit. I do shit for the Dodgers when they win. I do shit for the Lakers when they win. Like, what? You know, let's be really specific. What the way the Pacific Islanders and the Latinos out here, the Mexicans specifically, have embraced me as one of their own has been life-changing. I never take it for granted. And I always know that I've been granted a pass. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I have a lot of people out here. I've got a lot of opportunities for people out here. You know, I've worked with people out here. It's like, this shit is, I've been out here almost longer than I've been home. It don't mean I'm not East Coast nigga. I don't lose my bop or no type of shit. Don't mean like my Rebel Arms team is coast, right? But man, this is home, man. This is home.
Wow. Yeah. No, I feel you. A lot of New York, Jersey cats live out there now. It's like New York West in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? Like how Miami is like New York South.
But this is no disrespect. Much love to them. But me and Tretch came out here when it wasn't safe. And that's why we came out here on some like, you know, I'm not going to speak for him. For myself, I came out here on some respect where you're at. You know what I'm saying? I never try to be better than nobody, no type of shit like that. Like out here, my nigga, all love. All love.
Yeah, that's funny. I mean, see, and it makes sense, Joe. You chill where the love is at. I mean, like if you're getting love somewhere, like Jeru's out in Germany. I mean, because he gets mad love out there. Like there's a lot of cats be like, yo, I'm gonna go where I get love at. We got another question, couple more questions before we get on out of here. Chino XL. Let's see. People are asking, what is your favorite dish? Motherfuckers is. Oh yeah, I'm gonna ask you. I got a question for you because by the way, the questions are. What up?
Shrimp roti.
Shrimp roti. All right.
We don't have. But other than that,
this is important to me. Influences for you lyrically. I mean, I've heard G Rap. Who else other than G Rap? Anybody else?
Ice-T, LL. Shit, my shit is dying. Ice-T, LL Cool J, Cool G Rap. And later on in life, I realized that MC Poet from Queens who was talking reckless kind of left a stain on my brain too.
Is there anybody you fucking with now?
That record that you was playing, the custom model, I love that record. I learned that record from your site.
Oh that shit. Yeah, yeah, Hosiah the Gift. Yeah, young kid. I got you on. If your shit dying, I got you on this shit. This is my shit right here. We're gonna play this shit real quick. And you got a new joint out right now, Ethiopia, right?
Yeah.
So yo,
The
that's
body
that's with who? Who's the other kid on that or something?
producer,
Yeah,
Baltazar Getty. It trips me out that people don't know who that is.
yeah. I'm not familiar.
Remember the Getty gas station?
Yeah.
That Getty.
I mean, I follow him now, but I didn't know who he was until
He,
this joint. You know what I'm
you
saying?
must know weird movies. Like he's in a lot of like cult movies that are great. Like
He is.
yeah, he's in fucking Twin Peaks. He's
Word?
in A Lost Highway. Shit
What?
like that.
I'm gonna play a couple joints before we get out of here. Chino XL. This is my shit, man. My man spit gems.
Oh, what?
It's possible to remove one's memory using syringes and then place them into the minds of another. Smashing in front of my orbital lobes to decrease my error detection, enhancing writing perfection forever. I've been through the wickedest weather, was present in the golden era. That's when your lyrics had to be progressive efforts. Sketching out equations more clever than a physics professor in a class full of masters that are in the last semester. I feel my brain fester, maggots, that's the madness, aimless status, famous lavish chalice, filled to the top of the malice. Magnificorum, the folklore of the witch's hammer. Spoke my band to recant, to prepare for the answer that can't be found in a bookstore. Evangelist pro store, I have religion in an uproar. The nails that puncture the palms of Christ in my top drawer. Lost in the corridor, like I fell through a hole in the floor. Shit into Morador, with the horrors of even more bizarre. And time travel seems to be riding on grass. Diving off creativity's cliffs and didn't even make a splash. Slanging rocks, paving the Goliath, paving the highest. Shame of the silence, payment of kindness. I'm ashamed of rap's blindness. DMT tripping acid, juggling chainsaws. Roy electric convulsive therapy till the pain's gone. Watching rain form, prayed for him. I'm the child with methadone in the freezer I could have easily died from. Some people get past genetics like light eyes. I got past ancient hatred for the world that it never dies. Man, I'm slitting niggas' chins, bringing the grim, dimming his limbs, bend his rims on his bent pens. You want Puerto Rican lyricism? This is where your wish ends. Whether you're a Muslim or Christian, I'm bringing intelligent ignorance with my twin spit gems. Was raised on Ritalin, some living nothing in the kitchen, only beaches with poverty, turn children into chitterlings. Refuse to go back to the conditions, roaches and tenements.
Yo, real quick, you mentioned DMT on there. Have you fucked with that? Cause I got some and I'm gonna fuck with it, but like you know what I'm saying, I'm a bit.
Have you ever before?
Huh?
Have you fucked with it before?
No, I've never fucked with it before. That's what I'm saying.
Just really research it and really be ready. It's a living molecule.
Word.
It's
I've done a lot of research. I mean, like a lot of research. So
well,
yeah.
I will tell you this, and I'm not advocating anything for anyone. The most intelligent people that I have met all over the planet, all of them have always suggested it.
Have always what? I missed that part. Last part.
Suggested it.
Okay. I got you. Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of other shit, you know, shrooms, acid, all that stuff, but yeah, but I'm trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, dig for some shit. So that's why I picked it up. So.
And I'm not gonna track with Tech Nine. I have plenty of tracks with Tech Nine.
By the way, that song is Heaven's Dungeon. That's on my man Spit Gems album, The God Who Forgot Himself. One of the best albums I've ever heard in my fucking life. Big up Spit Gems.
One of my favorite lyricists. We were supposed to do, that was one record of many. We were supposed to do a whole album.
Please do. Please do.
Hey.
Please do. Please do. I will. You know, it's out there in the ether now, and please do. I'll hit him up. Yeah, please do. Please fucking do. So we need that. Let me see. I'm trying to get one question in before we go. I don't want Instagram to shut us off. Here's one. Who was the best collab you did, and would you like to do it again?
I got two.
All right.
Both of them we're gonna have to use the power of resurrection. But I wish my nigga Proof was alive to do one more record with him. Cause the joint that we got is one of my favorite. And I wish I could work with Dilla again. I wish he was alive too. So those are my favorite. Since they posthumous or whatever, like I have to go with. Because if I get to work with them again, and obviously we in the same place. So, other than that, I don't know. I've worked with so many people.
It's about to cut us off.
Okay.
I don't want to lose it. Big up, fucking Chino XL. 30 seconds left. We got to be out. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Yo, the Bolt Getty versus Chino album comes out December 9th. It got Ethiopia on it. You know, I'm not one to plug shit, but